Welcome back, everyone, to AI Podcast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Kathy. We're here to break down another busy week in artificial intelligence for you.
Yeah, loads happening as usual. We've done the digging for you, pulling out the really key developments from the week ending April 20th, 2025.
That's the plan. Think of this as your quick briefing. We want to give you those essential insights, without getting totally bogged down in the weeds.
Exactly. And just a quick heads up, our next deep dive focusing on a specific AI tech area that's coming out Wednesday evening. So definitely check that out if you want more detail.
Right, but for today, it's all about getting you up to speed on the big news. Fast and thorough.
Okay, let's jump in. First up, something that honestly sounded a bit sci-fi at first. Robots running a half marathon in China.
It did happen. Beijing, April 19th. Pretty amazing sight, apparently. 21 different humanoid robots.
21. Wow.
Yeah, running alongside, get this, over 12,000 human runners. It was in the Yizhuang district.
So this wasn't just like a lab demonstration. This was a real event.
A proper event. And we saw different companies involved, like Droid VP and Noatix Robotics, different designs, different approaches to making a robot run 21 kilometers.
I bet it wasn't all smooth sailing, though. Did they all make it?
Well, no, not quite flawlessly. Reports mention some robots stumbling a bit, maybe veering off course. It shows how hard dynamic movement still is.
Sure, that makes sense.
But the big success story was a robot called Tiangong Ultra. It's from the Beijing Humanoid Robot Innovation Center.
And how did it do?
Finished the race in 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Seriously, under 3 hours. That's actually really impressive for a robot.
It is, and beyond just being, a cool spectacle, it says a lot.
About what? China's progress.
Exactly. It showcases their advancements in AI, obviously, but also robotics, locomotion, endurance. It signals their ambition, their drive to be a leader globally in these fields, putting it out there in public like this.
Interesting. Okay, next up, Meta, their AI research arm, FRR.
Right, Metafair. They've announced 5 new projects. The theme seems to be making AI more human-like.
Human-like in what way? Like understanding us better.
That's the core idea. They want to push machine learning models to sort of better grasp and even replicate human interactions and behaviors.
So areas like language.
Definitely. Big focus on natural language processing, understanding not just the words, but the intent, and also contextual understanding, grasping the nuances of a situation.
Which means the AI we use on Facebook or Instagram, it could feel more natural.
Yeah.
Less robotic.
That's the end game they're aiming for. AI systems that just slot more easily into our daily lives, making things smoother, improving the user experience, because the AI actually gets the context better.
Okay. Now, staying with Meta, there's another piece of news that's definitely sparked some conversation. Using EU user data for training.
Yes, they confirmed it. They plan to use data from adult users within the European Union to train their AI models.
What kind of data are we talking about here? Is it everything?
No, they're specific. It's public content, so public posts on Facebook and Instagram, comments, interactions like that. Crucially, they say it doesn't include private messages.
Right. And users have some control.
They do. Users 18 and over in the EU will be notified, and there's an option to opt out of having their data used for this training.
Okay, so why the focus on EU data specifically? What's Meta's reasoning?
Their argument is that using this data helps the AI understand regional languages, dialects, cultural references, just the nuances within Europe much better.
So it makes the AI more European, in a sense.
Kind of. The goal is better multimodal outputs, text, voice, images that feel more relevant and, well, accurate for users in that region.
It certainly raises that ongoing question, doesn't it? The balance between getting smarter, more helpful AI and how our data is used to achieve that. Something for listeners to think about for sure.
Absolutely. It's a constant balancing act in AI development.
Okay, let's shift gears. Tesla. Full self-driving, or FSD. Version 12 is coming.
Yep. And it's not just an incremental update. There's a pretty major technical shift happening under the hood.
What's the change?
They're moving the programming language base from C++ to Python.
Oh, wow. That's quite fundamental for a system like FSD.
It is. And alongside that, they're integrating more advanced neural networks. The whole thing seems geared towards speeding up development.
Why Python? Is it just faster to write code in?
Generally, yes. For AI and machine learning development, Python offers more agility, faster iteration. The neural network integration is also key, aiming for better, more adaptable driving capabilities.
So faster development, potentially smarter, more adaptable system.
That seems to be the goal. It aligns with Tesla's big picture aim, pushing AI-driven transport forward, improving responsiveness, and ultimately, safety.
Makes sense. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. The historian Yuval Noah Harari, he's been talking about data.
He has, and making some really strong points. His main argument is that data in the 21st century has become more valuable than, say, oil was in the 20th.
Data as the new oil. We've heard that analogy before.
Right, but Harari really emphasizes the power that comes with controlling and interpreting that data.
And he sees risks there, doesn't he?
Big time.
Yeah.
He warns about the concentration of data control in the hands of just a few companies or entities.
What kind of risks?
Threats to privacy, obviously, but also rising inequality and even potential damage to democratic processes if data is misused or hoarded.
So what's his solution or his recommendation?
He's calling for basically much stronger ethical governance around data, more transparency about how it's collected and used, and greater public awareness so people understand what's at stake.
Ensuring data benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Exactly. Protecting freedoms and democratic institutions while still harnessing the power of data. It's a powerful message. Does that resonate with you thinking about today's tech world?
It really does. It feels very relevant.
Okay, on a related note, but maybe more practical.
Yeah.
Screenshots.
Screenshots, like taking a picture of my phone screen. How does that fit into AI?
Well, it's emerging as a surprisingly valuable tool for AI assistance. Think about it unlike massive, broad data collection.
Yeah.
A screenshot is very specific. It's context-rich. And importantly, it's user-initiated. You decide to capture that specific moment.
Ah, okay. So it tells the AI exactly what I'm looking at or interested in right now.
Precisely. It gives the AI focused insight into your immediate intentions or needs much more directly than trying to infer it from vast amounts of other data.
And are companies building things around this idea?
They are. Startups, bigger tech companies too, developing tools that use screenshot data to help you take actions, maybe organize information automatically, or offer really personalized assistance based on what's literally on your screen.
That actually sounds potentially less invasive, like I'm choosing what the AI sees.
That's a key potential benefit, yeah. More user control over the specific data being shared with the AI in that moment. Think about how you use screenshots already. Could AI make that process even smarter?
Interesting potential there. Okay, what else? There were rumors about OpenAI making a big purchase.
Yes, reports are swirling, nothing confirmed yet, mind you, but a potential acquisition of a company called Windsurf. They used to be Codium.
Windsurf. And the price tag mentioned was pretty high.
Around $3 billion, supposedly. What they specialize in is something being called vibe coding.
Vibe coding. Okay, you have to explain that one.
Yeah, it's basically using AI to make writing code much more intuitive. You use natural language prompts, sort of describe the vibe or the function you want.
And the AI generates the code.
That's the idea. Streamlining the whole process, making it faster, and maybe even more accessible for people who aren't hardcore programmers.
So if OpenAI buys them, it would boost their own coding assistant tools, like Copilot competitor features.
You'd assume so. It would be a significant step to enhance their offerings for developers, integrating that more intuitive natural language approach. It could really shake up the AI-assisted coding space.
Okay, makes sense. And finally, OpenAI also released some new models of their own this week.
They did. 2 new ones, O3 and a 4 Mini. The headline feature is enhanced reasoning, specifically using visual inputs.
Visual inputs, so they can see now, in a way, understand images.
Essentially, yes. They can interpret images like diagrams, sketches, photos, and integrate that visual information into their analysis and responses. They can even manipulate images based on instructions.
That feels like a pretty big leap forward, beyond just text.
It is. It moves towards AI that's more versatile, more aware of different types of information, not just language.
And who gets access to these new models?
Right now, they're available for ChatGPT Plus, Pro, and Team users, and they work with existing tools like web browsing and image generation within ChatGPT.
So AI getting eyes, basically. Fascinating.
It definitely opens up new possibilities for how we might interact with AI.
Well, that was quite a tour. From robots running marathons to AI understanding pictures and vibe coding, a lot happened.
Never a dull moment in AI news. It shows the sheer breadth of development happening right now.
So that wraps up our AI podcast news summary for this week. We tried to give you that quick but hopefully thorough overview.
And just that reminder again, Wednesday evening we'll drop our next deep dive, focusing in on one specific AI technology area.
Absolutely. We hope this briefing was useful for staying up to date.
Definitely.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As AI gets better at understanding visual information, like with these new OpenAI models, how do you think that might fundamentally change our day-to-day interactions with technology? Something to ponder.
Great question.
Thanks everyone for tuning into this AI podcast news update.